Yeah. All right, everyone. I am here with our lender, Jeremy Pope from the Pope of Loans from PRMG. Hey, Jeremy.
Hi, how are you today?
Great. How are you?
Excellent, excellent.
Now, Jeremy, we have a serious matter to discuss. As you know, if you're a buyer in today's market, you're going crazy. And as realtors, we've been discussing, tips and strategies on how we can help our clients win that offer. But how are you going to help us as a lender, or what should we be expecting like from our lender?
Okay, all right, great question. This is yes, it's a bad time for not a bad time. It is a frustrating time for buyers.
Mhm.
So we need to give them all the tips and tricks that we know. Having you as the realtor definitely helps.
I mean, obviously. No.
You're doing a lot of really good things, good at negotiating escalation clauses, whatever it takes to get a strong offer in. But yeah, there's things I can certainly help with, and other lenders too. So
Yeah.
yes, I think one of the main things that people often overlook is a lot of home searching starts online, and usually you don't find an out-of-state realtor. That's definitely bizarre. But there are a lot of people who want to go to talk to a loan officer in Nevada about buying a house in Cincinnati, which I don't think makes sense. I think the listing agents are looking at those letters closely and saying, well, this is out of state. I don't really trust it. I don't know this person. I've never heard of this person. And, reputation is big. I think it would help to have local realtor, of course, local lender with with a good reputation. It can't hurt.
Well, I know there's been times that you've actually, so the listing agent. If we have the buyer, then the
Sure,
listing agent, and you're able to like make the call to them
sure.
to confirm, like, hey, we have, because you're right, as a listing agent, I'm definitely looking at the letters more closely because we did a whole video on the pre-approval versus the pre-qualification. But even so,
Exactly.
like I want to know, did credit get pulled? Did income get verified? Did all this stuff? And if I were to receive a call from you, a lender that I already have done business with, and you're telling me, hey, look, these are the things that I did, this is a solid buyer, then
Right.
I could then pass that on to my sellers and be like, hey, we've done business together. He's
Yep.
done all these things compared to this other offer where it doesn't say they did any of that, or this lender is from wherever.
Yeah, I think it is nowadays anything extra that I can do to help an agent and a client secure a contract in today's market, I'm in for it.
Yeah.
It's important. Refis are still happening and the purchase market's heating up, and I don't think those personal touches are happening as much as they should.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But there
It's,
is one thing that we did with our most recent buyer that I want you to talk about. This guarantee.
all
That's
right.
exciting.
It is. It
That's a
is.
game changer, I feel like.
It is. It is. That's the word I was going to use, game changer.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. We're on the same page. Um, I've sent out quite a few of them. I have quite a few contracts on them. Almost every single one has come back with a contract. And, I am talking to the listing agent about what it means, how it works. They're getting flooded with offers.
Yeah.
They see multiple attachments in their email and might not read it fully.
Mm-hmm.
So, that personal touch, explaining it and making us stand out.
What
It's
is it, Jeremy?
oh, I forgot. Oh, that's good. That's good. So what it is there's a lot of letters out there that aren't worth the paper they're written on, and you can't ever really tell if this is a pre-qual or if this is a true pre-approval. The
Mm-hmm.
letter really doesn't distinguish it a lot of times. Some lenders do, some don't. We've talked about the pre-qual versus the pre-approval. Just as a quick recap, I don't think it would hurt. Pre-qual is me, loan officer, pulling credit, verbally asking about income, verbally asking about some stuff. Well, I think this should work. Here's your letter.
Yeah.
That works a lot, but sometimes it blows up, and that's scary. So a true pre-approval is credit, some W-2s or tax returns, some pay stubs, some bank statements. Here, Mrs. Underwriter, Mr. Underwriter, look at this stuff. Let me know what you think. They're ultimately the ones that hit the clear to close button. So it matters. That is what the big push is with the 5K guarantee. An actual pre-approval, actually going through underwriting, the underwriter looking at credit, income, and assets, saying we're good. There are some exclusions here, but quitting your job in the middle and buying a car.
Don't do that.
Yeah, right. All the bad stuff. But yeah, it's a certificate that just says here they're a certified home buyer. We did our homework. We're so confident in this buyer's ability to buy this house that we're putting $5,000 guarantee behind it, which please accept our offer. They love the house. We've done our homework. If this deal goes down because of income, credit, assets, seller gets $5,000 is kind of a, hey, we made a mistake. We don't want to waste your time, but it's a confidence builder for sure. It's making the buyers stand out amongst the 40 other people trying to buy the same house.
Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely like, as the listing agent, if I were to receive something like that, it's like, oh, this will not close because of financing, because there's so many deals. And because I do a lot of, I contact people that have come off the market, also expired listings. And most of the time it's because they've gotten one or two contracts that fell through because of financing. But this is like, it's not going to fall through because of financing. They've already been basically underwritten.
Right. Yeah. And again, the only, there's a couple things that are unforeseen that nobody can avoid, but those are few and far between. I think when financing falls through at the bank, it's not usually the borrower quitting their job. It's not usually them going out and buy a Cadillac. It's usually somebody made a mistake at very early in the game, and then it implodes later.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm glad that you guys came out with this, because I do think that that's a huge help for us that represent buyers, and saying like, hey, not only are we giving you like a good offer, but it's like guaranteed to close, or you will not only get like, they wouldn't get the earnest money at that point, because most contracts are written that if it blows up because of financing, they can't get financing, they don't get the earnest money, but they'll get $5,000, which oftentimes can be more than the earnest money.
Absolutely. I think the earnest money, there's so many protections around the earnest money. I feel like it's hard for a seller to ever get to keep it. You would know that a lot better than I would, we did
a Realtor Fight Club podcast on earnest money.
I bet. What's really cool is, I've gotten calls from listing agents about this guarantee, and their exact words are, maybe not exact, but I'll paraphrase. The general message from all of them was, Jeremy, your client's offer wasn't even the highest.
Yeah.
The financing wasn't even the best. You're not even the most flexible on your closing date, but my seller's going to take your client's offer because they love this guarantee.
Right.
That's what it's there for.
This could definitely help our buyers that are having trouble because of their financing, the type of financing that they have.
Yes.
This could really help push them through. Now, because it's been underwritten, does that mean you can close them faster, or is it the same time frame?
It is. What we're doing at that point is, no property is in the fill in the blank. The underwriter's looking at this with a TBD address, to be determined. So there still is an appraisal that's needed. And honestly, 5K, the going through underwriting first or not, that's the longest part of the whole lending process. There's just not enough appraisers out there.
Right.
If I had to say who absolutely would need this 5K guarantee the most is, if you have FHA financing, you're already at a little bit of a disadvantage in the market. I think you need it. And I'm going to say, and I'd like to hear what you say too, Jennifer, 200,000 and under houses, you got to have it. And if you're 200,000 and under and FHA, wow, yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. So
I agree with you. I think that there's a perception around an FHA borrower, but that's more of an education issue than a reality.
You're correct.
Oftentimes, according to you, like, I don't know about the lending, but what you're telling me is like sometimes this is just like a better deal for them. So why wouldn't they take it? But
exactly, there
is a perception that is a borrower that doesn't have a lot of money, so that maybe things will come up or whatever. But
same thing said about VA, and it just breaks my heart that that's viewed in the market as bad financing. That's the best financing on planet Earth.
0% down, of course. But I think anybody, I mean, depending on where you do business, but here in Cincinnati, sure, anything like that's highly competitive. So for sure, under 200, and no matter what kind of borrower you are,
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, I love it.
Even if you're 20% down conventional, under 200,000, I think you're a great candidate. And the kicker to me is if it's VA, FHA, and under 200, I just see a lot of people struggling. They put in offer after offer after offer, and they just keep getting rejected. And you can only get told no so many times to where you give up. And giving up on home ownership is sad. I don't want anybody to go through that.
No. Well, if people have more questions about this $5,000 guarantee, or they have questions about lending, what's the best way to get hold of you?
I would say my cell, it's 513-432-6971. Or you can shoot me an email. I'm on social media.
Everywhere.
And we're in historic Loveland as well. Stop on by.
Cool. Well, it's always a learning experience. Thanks a lot for being on, Jeremy. Have a great day.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.